So I've heard a lot about the Columbia publishing course, and I'm automatically just a little bit jealous of anybody who got to take it. I guess it sounds fantastic. What was that course? What did that entail, and what was that experience?
Yeah, that was great. Gosh, now it feels so long ago. I did it in 2010, so 10 years ago. And it's 6 weeks, and you kind of just get to hear from all these fantastic publishing professionals, like the big names. And you get to kind of see what day-to-day life looks like in a publishing house. Like I touched on earlier, you get to see the other jobs, because obviously there's so much that goes into a book, not just editing to make it end up on the shelf. So you get that kind of global overview of what to expect at a publishing house. And then for me personally, I got to meet so many wonderful people who would go on to work in the publishing industry, which was really nice. When you're moving to a new city, it can be kind of intimidating. And right there, you have a wonderful friend group with a very central interest of books. So I felt really fortunate. And you just get to know New York a little bit. If you haven't been to New York, it can kind of be, I'm from the suburbs of Cleveland, so it was kind of a different beast for me. The subway, I'd never really done public transportation, so it was all kind of overwhelming. And you stay in these dorms in Columbia, so it's kind of a great way to like dip your foot into New York if you haven't spent there instead of just diving in. At least for me, it was.
And then I love age and horror stories, or anybody in publishing. Were you able to get a studio apartment just for you once you left Columbia, or were you doing the roommate scene?
I had a roommate. Actually, it was really funny. It was someone I knew from college, and I had this laundry list of everything we were going to have in our apartment. I was like, it needs to be at least this big, and it needs to be close to a grocery store, and I'd like this. And he's like, okay, that's not what you're getting. You're getting a hole in the wall, and you're going to love it, and that's all we can afford. And I was like, oh. Okay, so it took me a little while to realize what it would look like. It was a pretty gross apartment, but it was wonderful too.